Spring is in the air. With that, we're going to get outside. We're going to go exploring. We're going to go to the lake. We're going to go to the woods. We're going to have a lot of fun. However, what can happen, especially if you have kids? They come home with a rash. What's going on? It's that time of year where you have issues with poison ivy, poison oak, and sumac. What happens generally? Kids will get into it. They will get a rash that starts out just itching. Then it will develop into a red raised blistery type rash that becomes not only very itching, it can be painful as well. And then they will actually get to look like little boils on the skin. What is important to realize is with that, number one, you need to take the clothes that the person was in, take them off, wash them separately in warm water from any other laundry. Then after you're done with that, run an additional load of empty in your washer. Just have it run empty with warm to hot water before you wash other clothes. It happens all the time. I get patients that come in that a week later after the exposure of poison ivy, they still have rash and it's in other areas, or suddenly a sibling or even a parent has a rash. How did that happen? Well, each of those plants that I mentioned, the sumac, the poison oak, and the poison ivy, actually have not only little oils in them, but the particles of the plant will get embedded into the clothing or the linen if you have it in the sheets. If you don't get the kid or yourself washed up, hot shower, clean soap, cleaned off, they'll get into bed. That will still be on them and it will get embedded into the sheets. So up to a week or more later, whoever lays on those sheets or the blanket will get the same issue with the same rash going on, the same itching, and develop again. So it's very important that not only you take a good shower afterwards, but you wash those clothes separately from anything else and run a blank load through again before you wash any other clothes. Now, as far as treatments, what can you do? Well, you can use cold compresses, just a cool wash rag, to help put on the site that is erupting with a rash. That will help. Something in little ones especially, calamine. You can use it up to 4 times a day. There are some studies out there that say it's a wives' tale, it doesn't do you any good. However, it can be soothing to the skin and it can be soothing mentally to them to put that on there. And like I say, you can use it up to 4 times a day. A good oatmeal bath will help soothe the skin as well. Not too hot, not too cold, just a tepid temperature with oatmeal in the bath will help. You can also use a diphenhydramine cream or Benadryl cream. That will help with the rash to take that away. Now, orally, I do not recommend Benadryl unless you're having a severe reaction. But something like loratadine, the generic Claritin, or the generic Zyrtec, cetirizine, may help with the rash. The antihistamine effects will help with the itching as well, so that's not a bad idea. And those are both once-a-day tablets, or the liquid is available for children. The other thing you can look at, if you use just a small amount, spread it out, a thin layer, is a hydrocortisone cream. That can help as well, but keep it away from the mouth, the inside of the nose, and the eyes. Also, in real little ones, you want to talk to your provider before you use that, because their skin is developing and it can cause thinning of the skin. So you don't want to use that over a large portion of their body without talking to your doctor before using that. Something else to remember is shingles can be very commonly be mistaken with poison ivy because they look a lot alike. And shingles I have seen in little kids on up to the older adults. So you want to be paying attention for the differences there. Shingles is mainly going to be seen in 45 years and older. But The difference also will be with shingles, it's going to be very painful, and it's going to tend to be on one side of the body. You're not generally going to see it all over the body. It's going to be on maybe the right side or the left side or the torso, where if you get into poison ivy, that's going to go everywhere you touch it or everywhere that the clothing comes into contact with the skin. If you have any questions, ask your pharmacist or doctor for more information.